biggest media star of the summer is onboarded here on our show.
We have Pablo ready?
Yeah, he's ready.
Pablo! Thank God you're here.
We didn't get to see Mike's veins.
I've been just waiting for the veins.
He's been
waiting
worked
for
up.
those varicose veins.
Well,
I guess.
I don't think those are varicose veins. Those are just veins. But
Well,
Pablo, he's been worked up, but I assume that you can't focus on this because you are knee-deep finding stuff out. There was applause in the room when it was announced that you had a rumored 7-figure deal with the Atlantic.
Man, you're rich now.
The Atlantic.
Yeah.
The
Careful.
Thanks. Hi, guys.
Pablo, do you know how much we have to pay for these WWE pay-per-views or not? Like, what the hell's going on here?
Find that out.
I don't know what's going on over there. I just know that if you're to total my now cable sports, not even cable, but just like sports watching budget, it's almost $1,000. I don't know how or what I'm getting. I just know that it's an insane amount. I also know, by the way, that this whole Cameron Ward thing reminds me of how I got scolded for trying to call Patrick Mahomes Pat Mahomes, because he also wants to do the full thing, right? This is the thing.
Patrick kind of slaps, though. Like, Patrick Mahomes slaps, like, more than Pat Mahomes.
Pablo, please do not go past what you did and what you're finding out, because this has been the summer of you, and I'm just not willing to just talk about nonsense here. I want to talk about how you're preparing, how the launch is going to be with The Athletic and the New York Times, and whether we can expect continued. What exactly is the passion that drove you to this partnership, and what can we expect?
Thank you for genuinely asking a question. I'm in a defensive crouch because every time I do this show, I'm trying to figure out how to distract Dan into not insulting me. So it's really exciting. Look, it's an exciting thing because we are going to keep making the show at Meadowlark Media. Like, that's the most exciting thing, is that The Athletic, the New York Times, came to us at a meeting in the New York Times building, and they made it very clear that they want us to do the show exactly as we've been doing it, which involves taste testing athlete weed brands, which involves making butter sculptures of myself with Dan Le Batard's money. All of that stuff they enthusiastically want. And so the whole idea of what's changing is ideally for the audience, like nothing, except for the fact that we will now have access, if we do this right, if we earn the trust of our partners at the New York Times and The Athletic, if we do that stuff right, we'll do even more ambitious investigations and even more ambitious episodes. And the upside for us is that we get to launder, I would say, our brand of, occasionally high journalism, highbrow, also lowbrow journalism, into an audience that is unfamiliar with us as of yet. And that's really exciting. So that's what's happening on September 4th. That's the first episode we'll be launching with, which is I don't want to spoil that episode. It's a big one. But yeah, I'm really, 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 really excited and grateful.
Can we help you with that one?
Us.
Do you need help from Meadowlark or from Dan's show? What can we do to help you actually continue to grow and be great?
I would say that for that episode, one of you in that room in Miami, one of you will be called upon. One of you will be called upon. I don't want to say anything more, but one of you is very important to the episode.
Can we vote for it to not be someone?
Me?
I think it's about Kyle Stowers.
Must be.
That was my fear.
I think that Pablo is going to launch with an entire local PTFO.
A Stour Hour.
You're going to find out whether who is going to vote for Kyle Stowers as MVP.
We're pivoting to a Marlins podcast. Correct. That's what the New York Times has purchased.
That's what they've demanded. Now, they didn't purchase it. It's a license.
Sorry, they purchased the right to license us. Yeah, and that's, by the way, people, I guess I'm sort of numb. Like, part of the journey for people who care about the journey of Meadowlark, in which I am on lots of calls, and I am also confused about what we're doing here. It's really cool to see an institution basically be like, whatever you guys are up to, we want in on that. And that's why I've been wasting Dan's money, guys. This has been the game the whole time. I want an institution to buy the right to license something, which means, for people who don't know what licensing is, it just means that they advertise, monetize, promote the show, but they don't own the show, to David's very correct correction. It's an ideal sort of like rental of us with the promise of being long-term tenants. And that's ideal. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day about this, trying to explain it because nobody knows what licensing is, and I totally understand why. And yeah, the reaction is this is a best of both worlds kind of scenario where we give up none of the freedom, but we have lots of upside. And they likewise, if we somehow regress into a Kyle Stower centric podcast, they can be like, yeah, this is a nice experiment. We don't want to do this anymore. And I would also understand.